This video is being brought to you by DSPGaming. Make playing your Switch in portable mode super ergonomic with the DSPGaming grips. They also have case and grip bundles that let you keep the grip on your Switch and store it safely in their high-quality cases. These grips make using your Switch in portable mode as comfortable as a Pro controller. Use the code ReviewTech10 to save 10% off your entire order. Link below in the description.
DSP tries it. Skip it up and that up. All right, what's up, everybody? Real quick announcement before we get into DSP. Tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my secondary channel, RTU Streams, I will be streaming me playing Undertale. I'm not an RPG guy. I have no business playing this game, but people wanted to see me play it. I'm curious to try it. So if you want to come have some fun and watch me make a fool of myself playing a genre of game I have no business playing, there'll be a link below in the description. Hope to see you there. Again, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my secondary YouTube channel, RTU Streams. Again, link below in the description. Well, anyway, DSPGaming has been doing his thing way longer than anybody on this platform, basically. He is a Let's Player, he is first known as, where he would literally point the camera at his television, and that's how he recorded his gameplay. He used to cut them up into like 10-minute pieces and upload them to YouTube. He has countless videos uploaded on YouTube. He more so just streams on Twitch now. He kind of gave up on YouTube. And he's still known for saying notoriously dumb things and engaging the trolls. It is the worst thing you can do is constantly interact with the trolls. No matter how frustrating it is, you got to ignore them. Him and Wings of Redemption still haven't gotten that memo. And they still do engage with the trolls. And plus, DSP also lets people in on his personal problems, his financial problems, which is not his audience's concern. There's countless things I've criticized him for. I don't dislike the guy. I think he's a dumbass. He also got caught helping himself out on stream. Use your imagination with that. I know he's not I know he dislikes me, but I don't dislike you, DSP. But like me and many other people, we all do dumb things, and you deserve to be criticized when you do. Well, DSP, I've known this for ages now, and why Dexerto is just picking up on it now is beyond me. Has said he tries very hard to be funny and fails miserably. I always remember during the Blip TV days, because that's where Phil used to upload to as well. Yeah, I think he was playing Dead Space 2 and was making some remarks that were very, very, very insensitive towards Jewish people. I will leave it at that, because if I say any more, this video will be instantly demonetized. And this is going back to like 2010. In 2010, we didn't have the cancel culture yet. So for him to get kicked off of Blip, yeah, it had to be pretty bad. I think if you no matter how anti-SJW you are, when you saw that, when you saw what Phil was saying, you're like, oh God, stop now. So he says some pretty stupid things. Well, anyway, Phil kind of went on the defense during one of his recent live streams where he said that the things that he made, the racially charged jokes that he makes, or anti, whatever, he makes jokes about different ethnicities, so on and so forth throughout the years. The link I'll have to Dexerto.com has like a compilation of him saying stupid crap if you want to go check it out, and there's other compilations out there. Phil has a very interesting response. But anyway, I'll read the question, and then I'll actually show you the footage for how Phil responded to this question. Someone left him bits, and this is what they had to say. Why do you say people are sensitive over racist jokes, but you get upset when people joke about your gout? And this is what Phil responded with. It's fairly long-winded, but it's still enjoyable to watch nonetheless. Take a look.
Why do you say people are sensitive over racist jokes and you get upset when people joke about your gout? Because racist jokes are silly if you do them in a general fashion. And what I mean by that is, you can say, oh, what's he playing with my wire? He's playing with a wire here. When you make a joke that's a racial generalization about a race, so, say something about the Italian race or the Chinese or, something like that, okay? It's usually meant to be generalization. You're not directing that towards one person. It's not meant necessarily to be malicious. It's meant more to be like observational comedy of something in general to make a joke. Now, admittedly, people can get angry and get insulted or get touchy about it. And you have to be careful because some people just don't have thick skin and they don't like to have their culture insulted or dragged through the mud or even joked about. So everyone's different. Okay, it's a subjective thing. For me, I could care less. You can say whatever you want about my culture. Everyone knows I'm a quarter Polish, I'm a quarter Italian, and people joke about it all the time. And I don't really give a shit what people say about it. Okay, but some people are sensitive. Now, when you bring up a medical condition that I have, that is something that is hereditary. I can't help that I have it. I had to significantly change my lifestyle, and now I can't eat things that I used to like to eat. I can't do things that I used to like to do because I have a medical condition that could make my joints swell up and cause me excruciating pain, and it's not my fault. That's kind of fucked up. Okay, you take a jab at a heritage or whatever, big deal. Take a jab at a medical condition that I'm suffering from that causes significant pain and suffering and is really a pain in my ass, and you're doing it to use it as a means to insult. That's fucked up. All the time, people make fun of people with disabilities. That's fucked up. A sickness, a disability, things like that, that's ridiculous. Just like if you're going to insult someone personally because of their race, that's different than making a general joke about race, in my opinion, okay? Now, this is all me. You could completely disagree. That's fine if you do. But I'm just saying, you make a general joke about race, I think that's okay. I'm not going to take offense, versus if you personally go out of your way to insult me and say something about me that I can't help, like I have an illness, right? Some people make fun of me because of my post-nasal drip that I can't help. I've been to doctors for it over my life, and there's nothing you can do to treat it. It's just messed up that it exists. And I have to snort or clear my throat or do weird things that other people don't have to do because I have post-nasal drip. Is it funny to make fun of that? No, it's mean. It's demeaning because I don't want to have it. It's not something I enjoy having. I didn't choose to have it, and now I got to suffer with it for the rest of my life, but you're going to make fun of me for it, right? It's fucked up. It's little petty from immature people.
Now, first and foremost, I think what Phil said there is completely idiotic. Now, do I think there are people that are way too sensitive and too politically correct and look to be offended when there's nothing to be offended about? Yes. But Phil, people stereotyping races has caused a lot of harm and hurt. I always remember in an area that I lived, there was a couple, the woman was white and the man was black, and there were people screaming out of the car vile racist things. Generalization and stereotypes of different ethnicities and religions and races hurts people just as much, if not worse, than it. But it's okay to make stereotypes about race, but it's not okay to make to mock you about your gout. How about not mocking either? Like, how about not making fun of either? It's just a typical Phil Burnell response. It's stupid, it makes no sense, and it just makes you facepalm. And I'm sure it'll take him years to live this down, which he'll survive because Phil somehow always seems to survive on the internet, no matter what stupid thing he does. But that's Phil for you, and you just get used to it. And it's like watching a train wreck that the train has been crashing now for years upon years on end. Phil, I don't dislike you, but you're a dumbass, man. And look, send no hate his way. Just leave him be. Let him do his thing, and let's move on from that. But this brings me to an interesting point. Now, the two people I'm going to compare here, it's like, here and here, but it is true. Now, go look at that compilation. Phil has said many, many stupid things trying to be funny that were very insensitive. And I don't get offended very easily, but I even was like, oh, stop, dude, stop. You're trying too hard to be funny and you're going to bury yourself doing it. But I was listening to, probably like a month or so ago now, Howard Stern. I love Howard Stern. This is not me throwing shade at him. It's not me wanting to see Howard Stern get canceled by the cancel culture that is out there. But it's just amazing how the rules constantly fluctuate, and the rules are much stricter for a certain person and they're much more lenient for a different person. And Howard Stern basically was doing some skit where it was about Al-Qaeda and ISIS or whatever. It was something along those lines. And he put on a stereotypical Middle Eastern accent, and he was saying very stereotypical things just use your imagination. I can't really say him here. And again, it was jokes, it was humor. But I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, if PewDiePie just did the same thing that Howard Stern did right now, there would be every Vice, you would have Polygon, Dexerto, I think it's how you say their name, right? Dexerto, every other, I guess you could say SJW news organization out there would be jumping all over PewDiePie. Howard Stern does it? Crickets. Millions of people listen to Howard Stern every day. It's not that people didn't hear him say it. Now, am I saying that Howard Stern should be in trouble for it? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if we don't have the same standards for everybody, one person could say something stupid and their entire career could be ruined. Another person could do the same kind of joke. No one will care because, oh, it's that person. We're used to it. Now, has Howard Stern's feet been held to the flames hardcore billions of times throughout his career? Absolutely. I'm not saying that man hasn't, earned his stripes. But why is it okay for one person to say something and not okay for another person? Why? It should be equal. Everyone should be held accountable just as much. Again, it's not that I want to see Howard Stern get in trouble for it. It was just shocking. I remember thinking to myself, if PewDiePie said what Howard Stern said right now, he would probably be kicked off of YouTube. Okay? And that just frustrates me, man. Now, look, am I trying to compare DSP to Howard Stern? No, they're not even remotely close to the same league. And has DSP said and done very stupid things? Yes. I've done quite a bit of stupid things myself. Not as many as he has, but I have before, and I've regretted them, and I've apologized for them in the past. But it's just frustrating how the standard is not held to everybody. It's just only held to certain people, and other people can get away with certain things. It's not that I want to see anybody get in trouble, but it's just funny who people go after and who people don't think they can touch. They only attack who they think they're allowed to attack, and they only get offended by people they think they're allowed to be offended by. The standards don't apply to everybody, and it's really, really frustrating. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.